hope you all are doing great. So today we'll be starting one of the most complex and sort of interesting topic as well. So today we'll be studying the transistor in terms of the mechanics, the physics of solids, in terms of its formation, how it is actually being created. Okay, I think I should write its name a bit more clearly so you could look into the heading. So it's like transistor. Okay, so this transistor is actually a derivative of tran. That means transfer, and sister. That means that is actually referred to the resistance. It's the transfer of resistance in sort of a way where we could actually hold on. We could actually control the flow of charges. The basic functionality of transistor is to just carry the charges, but in a specific amount. It actually stores the charges and only let a specific amount of charges to flow. Like if we have installed a 5-volt transistor, just in case. So if we are providing 10 volts AC current or DC current, so the transistor will only let 5 volts to pass on, and it will keep 5 volts as storage. It will store the current. So this is the basic functionality of a transistor. And how a transistor look like, I would be glad if I could have the video of transistor here. Well, not here. Transistor. Let's see if we could have such transistors video. Picture. Yeah, we got it. So transistors somehow look like this. Well, this example will be a better one. So transistors somehow look like this. It have 3 basic nodes, and we do have a specific name of the nodes as well. And what we basically, when 3 nodes are there, keep this in mind whensoever we are studying about transformer, the basic source of current in the PN junction, P-type junction, N-type junction. All the junction have a basic source of energy, which is transistor. Not transistor, sorry, transformer. Rectifying myself. So the basic transformer, when we are talking about it, so it have 2 nodes and 1 ground. This is known as, just suppose that this is positive terminal, this is negative terminal, so this is the ground. And whensoever we are talking about ground, so ground is a node, or ground is a spot where the voltage becomes 0. This is a basic thing that's not included in the topic, neither it is part of the topic, but still people should know about the basic functionality of the 3 nodes. Well, in the case of the transistor, the 3 nodes are referred with the combination of junction. I forgot to tell this in starting, but transistor is, in the terms of electronics, is a device that is the combination of 2 p-n junction. Combination of 2 p-n junctions. How is it possible? Well, if we talk about the basic formation, as here you could see, we do have 3 nodes. So whensoever these 3 nodes are placed, so it creates 3 partition or 3 parts in a transistor. First, this one is known as emitter. This one, center one, is known as base, and one is known as collector. Now, the emitter, base, and collector are actually formed in a way either 2 of the N types are used, NPN junction, or either 2 P's are used and 1 N is used. So in this sort, whenever we actually just suppose we are supposing this side. So it creates a PN junction. This is one PN junction, and then it also creates a PN junction. This is second PN junction. That's why we say that transistor is the combination of two PN junctions. And the two PN junctions in like both of the case, these are the two types of PN junction formation, or you could say the placement of the junctions or type. So that's a different topic, by the way. For now, just keep this in mind. This is combination of two junctions. Now back to the topic, the place where I told you that one part is known as emitter, second is known as base, third is known as collector. Now the basic definition of the three things is that emitter, or let's just start with the collector. Collector is actually input of the current. Collector is the place which actually collects, or which actually allows the current to pass. For just suppose that if we are talking about a circuit, so always our circuit has a positive terminal and a negative terminal, and we all know in the cathode and anode version, the negative electrons move from the negative side to the positive side. Now this negative side in terms of the transistor is known as the collector, which actually is attached with the external source of current. Then in between we do have a base. Now what does a base do? Base, you all know that, as I stated, that we do have two type of junction and it is combination of junction. Just consider if we do have a PN junction. So what does the PN junction looks like? It's the combination of holes within it, which is p type, and then it's having the electrons, right? So if we place two type of the electrons, like just suppose that we are placing electrons here as well, so what will happen? Well, the case is that nothing will happen. This is the basic concept. Nothing will happen. The electrons will repel each other, and in that case nothing will happen. But what if we provide a small sort of holes within it? And we all know that electrons are negative and holes are the actually the place where electron can be placed or were placed, and they passed on, then the holes are created. So it is considered as the positive version. So this attracts the electron to move on to the hole, and then again it moves on the electrons again, then doping, the version of the doping comes. We have studied this in our previous lectures. What is doping? So here the concept of doping arrives. So this is the basic reason why we keep base in between the emitter and the collector. So base is a thin layer of opposite junction of opposite type of the collector and emitter. Then we do have emitter. Well, I explained that emitter is a device which is not a device, it is a part of the transistor which deals with the flow of current. From here the electrons are actually going out of the what we could say, the transistor. So emitter is the place which is actually letting the electron to move outside the transistor. So this was the basic formation of the transistor, and I hope this video was helpful for you. In the second video I'll be explaining about the type of transistor, and thank you so much for watching our video. Stay tuned for future videos.